Jungkook looked at his tie and pouted. He sighed, looking at the bathroom door. His beautiful wife was taking a shower. Seongun came out of the bathroom wearing nothing but a towel wrapped around her body. She sat and made her way to closet. Jungkook smirked at her and pulled her towards to him and wrapped his arms around her waist. Jungkook sat with an innocent smile. Songhung rolled her eyes. She said when he handed her tie. He said teasingly, Songhung gasped and blushed at his words. She gave his tie a tight tug and threw him a playful glare as she slipped it over his shoulder and tied it. Jungkook bowed slightly. Songhung shook her head. Jungkook looked her head to her feet with an hand behind his back, playing with his finger as he waited for her answer. She pushed him lightly, giving him a small smile. He sat kissing her cheeks and headed to the door. Songhung chuckled softly to herself and returned to the closet. Songhung smiled as she entered her parents' mansion. She greeted them with a wide smile. They hugged her tightly and sat on the couch. Her father patted her cheeks lovingly. Sangha responded, hugging her mother tightly. She looked at her father. Sangha shook her head before answering. Her mother nodded before speaking. Sangha smiled brightly. She giggled slightly, remembering the last time Jungkook was there. Her father hummed, nodding in agreement. They heard the sound of heel clicking against the marble floor and turned around to see the person. Songun's smile went wide, seeing her best cousin after a few months. Taemin rushed towards her and gave her a big hug. Songun smiled at his nickname, which made the two cousins chuckle. Songun's mother shook her head. Both said at the same time and laughed harder. Meanwhile, Jungkook entered the mansion but stopped when he saw Taemin holding Songhong by her waist. He clenched his jaw and cleared his throat. Songhong turned around and noticed him. She smiled and went to him. Songo's mother shook her head and smiled. Jungkook nodded his head before settling himself on the couch. Songook looked at Jungkook, who was pissed off. She called him, making him look at her. He muttered angrily yet gently. Songhong asked worried. Jungkook nodded his head. He could hear them laughing. Songhong nodded before getting up. Songhong's father said before them go outside. Jungkook hated. He hated when someone get close to Songhong. He want her to himself, doesn't want share her with anyone. Jungkook sighed as he got up and fixed his suit jacket. He decided to leave and make a phone call. Songhong's parents nodded and he headed out. Soon Jungkook witnessed Songhong and Taemin walking in the garden. He smiled, seeing his wife smile widely, making his heart warm inside. Jungkook's gaze turned dark as he saw Taemin's hand on Songhong's cheek. He clenched his jaw and rushed inside the mansion before he could do something to him. It wasn't like he didn't trust Songhong, he just never wanted anyone touching his wife, not even Taemin. Soon all of them settled on the dining table. Songhong smiled and sat next to Jungkook while he totally ignored her. He didn't want any drama at his in-laws' mansion, that's why he decided to ignore her and Taemin. He passed her the glass without even taking a single glance at her. Songgong frowned and tried to hold his hand under the table, but he moved away, making her more confused. Her father asked. He was starting to feel worried. Songhun lied. He hated lying to her own father. Jungkook said, not looking at her. Songhun nodded and started eating. Taemin offered while Jungkook scoffed. Jungkook mumbled and continued eating. Jungkook's eyes widened and he immediately looked at Songhong. He stuttered.